Hey, lovelies. So, part two, she went back. And so this morning, children were off going to school. There was a lot of yelling and screaming, a lot of threatening, and the it just kept getting escalated and threatening. So the next thing you know, start hearing cop cars in the distance. So I think he got in the car and took off in the car. And this has been past 40 minutes. And now there's four cop cars and motorcycle cop. And I guess he didn't get very far. He had to come back. So they're out in the parking lot. And I'm pretty sure they're going to get a 30-day notice, move, because it's disturbing, around children and everything when this is all going on. And so I'm just like, I said it got exposed. They were doing it during the daytime, and children were going, and it was fearful if they pull out in the car, and what if they hit a kid, and our mother escorting their child to the car to go take him to school, and so then the it was kind of funny when I started hearing the cop cars in the distance. I said, "It's all going down right now. Here we go." So at least this is finally coming to an end, but look what she did. She went back. She went back to the situation, and it's just I don't even know what to say about it because she went back. So, but here's the thing too. I don't know all the in and outs of everything, but here's also what is a spiritual contract agreement between those two souls? What are they doing? What's the lesson? What is the lesson behind it? Is she supposed to be learning about her self-worth? Is she supposed to be learning that? Is he supposed to be learning about not being abusive? What part of him didn't get healed? And what part of her didn't get healed? We're seeing this acting out energy. And I just kind of sat there and I'm just like, dang, I'm trying to go into my sacred space and do my thing, and I hear all this disturbance, chaos in the in the building, and it has to come to an end. Today's the day. Boom, came to an end. Today's the day. So I just find it very interesting that this energy just kept rising. Especially here in California, we got a lot of things rising, a lot of stuff playing out. We have a lot of paid people going into like Hollywood area. They're trying to shut that down more. Going in, taking merchandise, and cops are policing all of that. And it just seems like the energy is just revving up, especially here in California. And I do remember that I saw the energy going through a rebirthing, like changing. But at the same time, I'm like, hmm, are we going to be rebirthing California? Or is it going to be what some of the prophets have said? um, the energy of everything being this prison state, where it's prison state type of thing. So I don't know where the energy is going with it, but I know what mother's gonna do, you know, kind of make things taper out. But I see energy is revving up, trying to go into that, what is it? What are they, shelter in place type of thing. They're trying to start promoting that again. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, really? I don't think that's gonna go too smoothly like it did last time. I don't think so. I don't know. Just seems kind of odd because we had to watch the weather. We were really, really, really hot. Then all of a sudden it got really, really cold. And what comes out of that? Especially here in Sacramento area, we're known for um, the natives normally call it the sick land, sickness, because it's in valley sickness. So, and a lot of the buildings get a lot of mold from dampness. We go from super, super hot to all this dampness, a lot of dampness. So, which creates mold. And you'll find that in areas also when it's humid in certain places. You know, Oklahoma has it. Your a lot of your southern states have that, where you get that humidity, and then it's heat and it makes that mold. So a lot of people, I'm sensitive to mold and fungus type of stuff. Hey, lovely. Notice how I said that. I'm sensitive to mold and fungus type of stuff because a lot of times it's in the air, can cause irritation, allergy reactions, you know? Just saying. Those are some of my symptoms. And I can tell, especially when I go into a house that has a lot of mold and sensitivity, I start getting burning eyes, irritable throat, congestion, start coughing, not feeling well. General malaise kind of like makes you feel like you have the flu. And being that September, back in the nursing days, we would start prepping our patients and ourselves and getting our flu shots and stuff. That didn't last very long with me because then a doctor diagnosed me and finds out that I'm majorly allergic to what was going on in the flu shots every time I had to take it when I was at work. And didn't even know. Like, I just knew after I took it, I was always sick all the time. And then he runs a test and says, "Oh, you can't take these. You're highly allergic to it." I'm like, "No shit, Sherlock." Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I just came on talking about it just now. She went back. There's hold on. I think there's still okay. So the cops just left. There was four cop cars out there and a motorcycle guy. Yeah, I got overheated earlier this morning. Wasn't good. something about taking a car. You can't take my car. And they got into a heated fight over the car. And children were leaving going to school this morning. And even one guy walking his kid to the car and said, "Give her back her car. What are you doing?" As he was getting his son into the car to take him to school. So, yeah, but it got exposed because they were doing it in the morning during the time when the children and the parents are getting their kids off to school and they're in the parking lot, starting off with the fighting in the house, then worked out to the parking lot and fighting. So now they're getting a 30-day notice. They have to be moved and came to an end. So I believe Venus went direct. I think Venus went direct. Pretty sure of it. So finally, it came to an end. That's the first thing. It finally came to an end. But it's just been kind of sad to watch those things. People need their peace. Yes, I think we all need our peace. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you really stop and think about this planet, how we all came here to do our purpose, but to be a part of the bigger plan of healing. Because if you look back on this planet through the history of it, and we're talking about thousands and thousands a year, this planet, because of its density, has been quarantined for thousands of years. And now finally, this veil of energy is shifting and lifting and is coming undone around this planet. This is why we're having all this upheaval and all this stuff going on. And is when we look at the word awakening, it's not awakening. It's really seeing what has all been going on this whole time. So really when we say that word awakening, it's not even really, we can't even say that. We've been awake. We just weren't seeing it and putting the pieces together. Now we are seeing. We're seeing it. We're seeing how, things happen with weather and we're seeing the frequencies and things interacting with people, and we're going to see a lot more of that. We're seeing how things are playing out and people doing their crazy stuff. We're going to see a lot of that. But here's the thing. We could choose to be a part of that, or we could choose to stay on the higher timeline and do a clearing space of saying this type of energy is not allowed anymore. And just by all of us bringing awareness, because our Heka, our words are that vibration. Priestess Aset says it the best. Our voice gives power. We can change things. So we're going to see a lot more coming down the pipe this month because we're in the number 9 month. We're going to see things coming to an end. We're going to see things play out and then boom, come to an end. Play out, boom, come to an end. And then right when we get to October, it's going to be like, okay, what is the new script energy going to be? So I want to look at my portal cards because they were right on the money for all that stuff that was happening with the Burning Man, which was definitely the truth of a lot of energy. And I said I was going to come on and talk about the follow up. But I'm glad it finally came to an end. So now all of it is exposed. They're getting a 30-day notice. They have to be moved. I'm glad that's finally happening. But if you're here in the state of California, and if you're in any areas where there's humidity, it gets really, really hot and then it drops down and gets cold. Okay, because like that's what happened to us. Got really, really hot and then it dropped down and got cold. Okay, all of a sudden. When that happens, that's creating your body to start feeling, okay, I just went up and now I came down. Now I'm going to have congestions. The barometric pressure's coming in. We're in the door of flu season now. And flu season starts right in that last 2 weeks or so of September. And then it takes full on all the way through to the end of the year. And then it doesn't start tapering off until February. So we're in flu season. We're in allergy season too. If you have a lot of the sensitivity to mold and spores and you have to dust more, that's one thing you have to do in your place. You got to dust more. Look at your fans, look at your headboards, look at your anything that you have around in your home where you're sleeping. You have to dust more because if you don't, you're breathing all that in. And it goes for the truth when you go outside and you don't have your head covered, cover your head. This is how you know. Wear a covering on your head. And then when you come back, take it off and look at all the particles on the covering. Now just think if you don't have something on your head, what you're doing. Oh, did you go out there and now it's all in your hair? Now you come home. Say if you don't take a shower or you do take a shower, you don't wash your hair. Oh, now you're going to lay down in your bed. Now it's all on your pillow. Used to work in infection control in nursing, and it was always about how does everything move? How does an infection start? And a lot of times, believe it or not, how we got a lot of infections under control in special places like hospitals and stuff, people weren't washing their hands or washing down their stethoscope when they would go in and go see a patient. Or they would be with a patient, had the gloves on, take the gloves off, go reach for new gloves, put those on, but didn't wash their hands because they figured the gloves, oh, well, I don't have to. Yeah, that's how it keeps spreading. So you got to wash your hands, especially if you are working with food and all of that. Wash your hands. Handling money. I watch when I go and get something, and this you have to pay attention to this. I even said something. Went to go get ice cream, and this was like last year. And the guy behind the counter, when he was scooping up the ice cream, he didn't have any gloves on, but his thumb was going into the scoop of the ice cream, like he was pressing it. Then he scooped again and pressed his thumb in it again. And I was like, I don't want that. I was like, I don't want it. Just chucked it. I said it. And then I watched him. He didn't, after he handled the money, he didn't wash his hands. Went over and got a cup for an elderly woman who wanted a milkshake. Now, he didn't wash his hands after handling the money, grabs the cup, goes over and makes a shake. And I said, hey, you did not wash your hands. And he looks at me. I said, I'm standing right here watching you. And he goes, oh. So you got to be careful and pay attention. And just because you ask for that and then they contaminate it, doesn't mean you need to buy it. There's power in that. So let's take a look at the portal energy and where this energy is going to be concentrating today because it is whipping up and I'm feeling it today. How many of you are having that spine energy? Isn't that just lovely? The kind that comes in and makes you feel like your back and your spine is kind of caught. Like you got muscle tightness all in the ribbing section, all in the spine section. Yeah. So let's just see. Oh, first card of the day, Africa. Solar plexus, law of free will, number 3. That's a portal we're looking at. So I wonder if there's going to be some more info coming up from Africa. Greece, soul star, law of evolution, 3-9. Interesting. And then divine source, love, light, energy, number 14. This is going to be the energy that's hitting us. Now, that energy came in pretty strong yesterday. You can really see how clear the light was coming in. So these are those 3 portals. Watch Africa, the law of free will. She had free will. She went back. Greece, soul star, the law of evolution. Change is being made. But the divine love source light energy is affecting everything. And it's a card number 14, which is a 5, which is creating change. So that's what today's energy is going to be sitting around looking like today. So mindful of your words, mindful of your thoughts, and really mindful of the self. All right, lovelies. Thank you for joining me here on Be So Light. I will be bringing in, leave me your comments if you got your bowl or you're looking for your bowl, and if you want to be a part of the Divine Water Bowl Sacred Waters. So don't know exactly what I'm going to call it, but it keeps coming up doing the prayers of sacred waters. So we do our prayers of the waters and we give it to Mother Earth, no matter where you are. If you're giving it to just the dirt in front of your home, that's still the Mother Earth, wherever you are. All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. Much love. Journey well today and make your day count. Be so light.